Anytime you decide to keep going and you decide not to give up, you get stronger. And that sounds cliche. That sounds like something you've heard a million times in your life, but it's true. That's why they say growth is silent. Progress is silent. It makes no noise. Because in those moments of turmoil and those moments where you're going through all these hardships and things like that, you don't take the time to acknowledge the internal work that that's doing to you. Or you don't even realize it until you actually get through it. And even then, you just don't take the time to acknowledge that, oh my goodness, I just got through that. Inevitably, I am now stronger. And there's beauty in that. There's beauty in acknowledging that that was not in vain, whatever that situation may have been. You get stronger. Growth is silent. You just have to take that moment and acknowledge it and appreciate yourself that you got through it. Because every time you decide to keep going, you keep that survival rate at 100%. 100%. If you're still here, survival rate 100%. Flex. Like, you just gotta keep going, and you have to acknowledge that every time you decide to keep going, you get stronger. So it's never in vain, ever.
You swore this time would be different. You had the vision, the plan, the Pinterest board, the new journal, and now here we are again, tired, uninspired, edging on burned out from chasing a version of you that keeps slipping through your fingers. But listen, you're not lazy, girl. You're not inconsistent. You're not crazy for losing some steam. Okay. You've just been stuck in a psychological loop that built to protect you from your own power. So let's talk about it, because this time we're going to finish. Okay. For real this time. All right. Hey, Rych Babes, it's Robin Milan, and welcome back to A Rich Girl's Glow Up. Quitting isn't always about discipline. It is about wiring. When your nervous system doesn't feel safe in success, you'll sabotage it. When your identity is tied to struggle, you'll reject ease. This video is for every woman who's exhausted by her own potential, the one who keeps planning big and showing up small, the one who's afraid of being seen, but even more afraid of staying invisible. You're not crazy. You're just overdue for a mindset reset, a full identity shift. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing inside of the Rich Mindset Mastery course, dropping July the 27th. Okay, let me show you the psychology behind why you keep quitting and how to rewrite your story before the month ends. All right, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back shortly.
The most bitter people I know are people who quit on themselves, gave up because they got tired. And it makes sense. It's tiresome trying to reach your full potential. It's tiresome trying to get in shape and fight bad habits and drop toxic people and reframe relationships and get the respect you deserve when you feel like you're already starting from behind. It's tiring. And you get tired, then you quit, and then you become resentful, negative, and then you spread that on other people. Right? So if you feel like you find yourself being more negative than positive, I want you to ask yourself, what area did you give up on yourself? Why do you feel like you're so negative in that space? Because here's the thing, you can change that. You can flip that around. You don't have to become a negative person. You can get the body you want. You can have the relationships you want. You can treat yourself with more kindness. You can eat better. You can do all of these things. You might just need a little help. And if you need help, that's okay. We all need help with something, right? You see a doctor when you're sick. You see a plumber if your house needs help, right? If you need a life coach, get one. Even if you're 30 years old, Lord willing, you got at least another 40 years on this earth. If you're 60 years old, Lord willing, you got at least another 20 years. Are you going to spend the next 20 years or more hating yourself, being negative, being pessimistic because it's cheaper than just investing in changing your life?
It's the people who never stop trying that eventually get it. Failure is a part of success's journey. Okay, you do not get to success without failing. Okay, it's called failing forward. So you might think, oh my God, I've been trying to launch a business for years. Oh my God, this just won't sell. Oh my God, my content's just not working. You know what works? More effort, more attempts. You know what doesn't work? Quitting. So if you want a guaranteed route to failure, quit. Go ahead. Quit. But if you want to be guaranteed that it will eventually work out, keep going.
Okay, my loves, come on to the front. The first concept is the self-sabotage is familiar and not failure. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It is trying to protect you. Period. That's pretty much what it's doing. From rejection, from responsibility, from becoming so powerful that you start leaving people and patterns and identities behind. This term is the subconscious resistance. It's when your internal beliefs don't match your external goals, so your body literally resists the success. You'll start to forget to follow up, accidentally miss the deadline, lose momentum at the peak of progress. Okay, that's not a coincidence. That's safety in disguise. You don't feel comfortable in ease because no one ever rewarded your softness, only your survival. You were praised when you pushed through the pain, celebrated for being the strong one, never affirmed when you're rested or received or chose softness. So now when life gets too good, you get suspicious, you overthink, you wait for something to go wrong because somewhere deep down you don't fully feel worthy unless you're working for it. The next concept is that the identity conflict is the real block. You can't become her while still identifying as the version of you that had to struggle. The glow up doesn't start with action, it starts with the belief, okay? And that is cognitive dissonance. It's when your current reality, I struggle, I fail, I stop, clashes with your desired identity, I succeed, I finish, I glow, okay? That's friction, girl. It makes your body crave for familiar, even when the familiar is failure. You're not stuck, you are just misaligned. And I'm gonna help you, girl. Stay with me. So another concept is that you fear what comes with finishing. Yeah, like let's be honest, finishing means visibility. Finishing means pressure, okay? I thought we was applying pressure this year. What happened? I thought we was applying pressure. Like finishing means they might finally expect more of you. And if you grew up in environments where success came with punishment, jealousy, or burnt out, finishing doesn't feel like a celebration. It actually feels more like danger, okay? Stranger danger. You fear the next level because you haven't healed from the last, right? So another thing I want you to think about is you haven't built enough evidence of the new you yet, okay? Motivation will not save you. But what will? Micro wins. Yes, the small micro wins. Because the brain builds belief through proof, okay? So let's start here. Keep one promise to yourself every day. Say this out loud. I finish what I start, even if it's messy, okay? Visualize the emotion of finishing and not just the result. Practice being seen even when it's uncomfortable. The goal is to normalize consistency so your body no longer sees it as a threat. Okay, so let me just talk to you for a second. Let me talk to the woman who's tired of hyping herself up only to disappoint herself again. The one who doesn't need another motivational video. She needs a mindset reset because this quitting thing is not about discipline. It is about the quiet belief that you're never really going to be her. So why even try? But babe, what if that belief isn't yours? What if that voice in your head that says you always mess up isn't even you? What if you've been living under the shadow of projections and trauma and outdated programming and mistaking it for your truth? You're not the woman who quits. You're the woman who was never taught how to trust her own power. But here's what we do now. Okay? We retain your nervous system to feel safe in success. We rewrite the internal scripts that says you only deserve it if you bleed for it. Okay? We reconnect you with the version of you that keeps showing up in your daydreams, because that version, she's not random. She's real. She's waiting, and she's you after the mind is mastered. Okay? So let the old self be uncomfortable. Let the resistance rise. Let the fear scream, and do it anyway, because freedom is only on the other side of follow through. This is the last time you quit. This is the beginning of your proof era. This is where your success story starts, not because you're forcing it, but because you're finally aligned with it. All right, you're ready, so let's go, girl. Make sure that you are on the email list, and if you're not, make sure that you are. Go to richmilanco.com to sign up for the Rich Mindset Mastery course that drops July the 27th. It's for the woman who don't quit on herself. All right, so get exclusive accesses, early discounts, and so much more. The links is in the description box below. So become the woman who walks in the room and make people wonder. Secure the bag, protect your peace, and stay rich, rich babes. Love you.